Jay here for Stretford, Paddock, and this is a one-on-one interview. We're talking to Steve from the 1958. Always good to chat to you. First time in the studio. We usually talk to you at Old Trafford. But unfortunately, Steve, every time I talk to you, there's always something going on at United. It's like, there's another drama or another sort of issue with the ownership. But you guys are doing something about the 1958. You've started a campaign where people can get involved, and you call it Claim Back United, where you can sign up to get involved and have your say on sort of the next steps to sort of push back against the Glazers. I'm just going to sort of ask you to explain a little bit about it and how people can get involved.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got a few notes here, so
well, by all means.
Yeah, I mean, basically, with the ways of contacting the group previously has either been through DMs, Twitter, or email. And there are just thousands, and it's a bit of everything's everywhere with it. So what we've decided to do is sort of, group all this together into one area, and that's where we came up with this. So it's ideal for submitting protest ideas, or just ideas in general, feedback from strategies, the stuff we put together, etc. And also where people can submit offer to help. So they're the main for people to get in touch. That's
the thing I like about this idea is one sort of bit of feedback I always have where people, or questions I get with people when I talk about what you guys are doing and the process and the physical process at the games that me and you've spoken about, and we've both obviously, you've obviously been there and I've been there as well, is for Reds that can't get to the game, that might live further away or whatever. And it's like, how can I get involved? How can I do something? Or this doesn't involve me because it's a process in the ground. I always say there's stuff you can do, there's other ways you can do it. And this is a direct opportunity for people to get involved in it. This is people who they might not be able to necessarily come to physical protest at the match or at the game, like the sit-in that you did recently, but they can join up and get involved in other ways.
They can. I mean, we've done online campaigns, whether it's targeting sponsors or various different things, and I think sometimes that gets a little bit lost because again you're reliant on people seeing on Twitter. Yes, Twitter's great for that, and it gets retweeted or X or whatever it's called, but it gets re-X'd, and that people may miss out on that. So again, with this, by having direct contact details, when we do, as an example, something online, then it will be sent directly to that person via email. So, everybody that's signed up will have direct access to what we're doing online, when, and how to help and get involved. So
I love that as well. I love the fact that, you said it there, people can come up with ideas, people can have their own sort of opinions on what could work, what would be a good way. Like you mentioned there, you've targeted sponsors, you've done the process, you've done the sit-in, which obviously saw a lot of people there after the Nottingham Forest game. There's been some great stuff. Where do you sit now? Because you've been doing this for a little while. The Glazers are still here. Every time I speak to you, I'm saying it's been 9 months since that statement, 10 months since that statement that spoke about strategic alternatives. How do you feel about this ownership? Do you feel that we're getting anywhere in terms of them leaving, or do you think we're still where we were maybe a year ago and we just need to keep going?
I think we're probably in this. I think what happened November last year when they made the big announcement, there was the euphoria where everybody was like, that's it, they're gone.
Yeah.
And, in reality, where we stand right now, they haven't even decided which route they're going down. Are they looking at investment? Is it, the Qatari 100% buyout? Sir Jim with, I suppose we don't really know how the deals have been structured, but we don't see many further forward with it. And it's not to say that it's not progressing, but our message is we are the thorn in their side, and we will continue to be so, and we will grow over time. And, from the longer this goes on, the bigger we will get.
What have you made of the response that the 58 have had? Because you've been doing a lot of protests now, you've been doing stuff online, you've seen people getting involved. I spoke about the Nottingham Forest game. Do you feel like that message is getting across and more people getting involved, especially with the website as well, with people signing up?
Yeah, I mean, we're just about at 10,000 now, which, we launched it early this week. So it's been a decent, it's a process, isn't it? I think with once this starts, when the cogs start turning with this and people see that, actually, yeah, when you speak to somebody else, I've just had an email from the 58 and this is happening. Oh, I need to be part of that. So it will grow, it'll grow over time. It's difficult. We just keep going and, we've got strategies in place. But then, every now and then things change in the dynamic of how the football club's going. So, for an example, when the club seemingly took a swipe at the TRA after the sit-in, okay, what happens now? So, as a result of that, we've not arranged anything protest-wise other than taking the banners into the TRA because we, for a few days we weren't really sure what was going on club-wise, and then the club, as they always do, backtrack, and we love the TRA, and we can't do this without you type of thing. All very strange.
It was very strange, and it just sort of adds to this air of currently United just being a bit of a mess. There's just one thing after another, whether it's the first team, whether it's what's going on with the club themselves, whether it's their attitude towards supporters, whether it's the fan engagement, if you can even call it engagement. You get the impression, don't you, that this club is just, and I think you said it in one of the previous interviews, about it being rotten from the top. It's just the top down, you just feel there's issues there, and people, I've heard it when people say, it's not just the Glazers, but where's it coming from? They're the owners.
It has to be, doesn't it? That's the crux of it. It has to be coming from the owners. They've always maintained control of the club for right or wrong reasons, mainly wrong. But this whole thing with the TRA, it seemed to be them flexing the muscles, seeing the reaction, and then backtracking. Very similar to the Greenwood scenario where they sort of put something out there, tested the water, saw the fan reaction and went back from that. So they don't seem to know where they're going from day to day with the general running of the football club, let alone the sales. So hence why we just keep going, and this is our next step, if you will, into sort of focusing on what we do next based on feedback from fans who are involved, and that's what we want. We want fans of Man United to be involved in what we do.
What would you like to see? Is there anything you'd like to see from the club? I know the ultimate goal is to get the Glazers gone, but can the club do anything, do you feel like, in terms of engagement, in terms of speaking to you guys, or is it just a case of, look, we want the Glazers gone, that's
from the 58's point of view?
Yeah, from the 58.
Absolutely not.
Yeah,
there's been a while ago an attempted conversation to be opened, which we're not interested. We're not looking for any personal gain. We're not looking for any way in with the club. We want the Glazers gone. That's it. Full sale only. End of conversation.
I always ask you this, but I'm going to ask you this again. You say there about full sale only, and I know the answer, but I'll ask you: is there a preference from the 58 for the next owner, or is this a case of, look, we just want the Glazers gone? That's our stance.
It's Glazers gone.
Yeah.
That's it. Full stop. Glazers gone. As you said, we've had the conversation before, and how people can sort of pin themselves to one side or the other when realistically we don't really know how any deal's structured. So you can't. I think it's a case of the Glazers go and then cross the next bridge when we get to it.
And just finally, you've been doing so much good work, you guys, and the 58 and the this campaign and the other process. How do you feel that's all going? How do you feel about it all? Do you feel like positive? Do you feel like, or do you still feel like, you know what, we just got to keep going and hope for the best?
Personally, we'd love it. Well, for me, I'd love it to come to an end that I can go to Old Trafford and enjoy the football again, because it's been a long time. But for every positive reaction we get to things like this, to the protests that we do, it urges you to keep going. There's a massive amount of the fan base that are, let's say, impartial and not fussed either way. But when you get the feedback from people that genuinely do care over for the future of the club, then it just spurs you on. You think, we're not stopping, we're not giving up.
Good to hear it, and rightly so. And listen, there's an opportunity here for everyone to get involved. There's a link in the description. You can go and check it out. You can go and click on that link. Come on, this is about, if you've got a say in this, and I speak to so many people, both face to face or online, who say, we want to get involved, we want the Glazers gone, we want to do something about it, then this is an opportunity for you to have a say and for you to join the protest against the Glazers. So go and check it out. Go and check out the 58 on all the socials. You can check out the link in the description as well, Claim Back United. Steve, always a pleasure chatting to you.
You too.
Just one last question. Are we going to win against Brighton?
Hopefully.
Yeah, at least you're honest. Yeah, there you go. A bit of honesty. I'm Jay. This has been Steve. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.